Hello everybody! In this video, you're going to be learning about data types and variables in Java. So let's get started. So right here, this is a program that we created in the last part of the Java tutorial. So I have this little text file that I have created right over here just so that I can explain the concept a little bit better. So if we just go over to this, just have some stuff, but yeah. So data types in Java, that's what we're going to be covering in this video. So there are basically two types of data types. So they are primitive data types and non-primitive data types. So for this video, we're going to be covering the primitive data types, and the non-primitive ones we're going to be covering in a different video. So yeah. So the primitive data types are listed right here. So byte, int, float, long, char, double, bool, and short. And right here, the values after a hyphen, they're basically the default values of these data types. So for byte, it's 0, int, it's 0, float, it is 0.0f. So long is 0L. Also, by the way, float is for decimal numbers. So float is for decimal numbers as well as double. So if you want to store like smaller decimal numbers, then you will use float, and if it's bigger ones, then you'll use double. So now we have long right here, which is 0L, and char is just this really weird Unicode character right over here. So that's that. And now double 0.0D, and bool right here, false, and short 0. So these are all of the default values, and non-primitive data types, again, explaining in another video. Now we're going to be talking about the naming conventions that we can name our variables with. So this is the first one. So number name is the example of the variable name. So number name, and as you can see, the starting letter of the variable is capitalized, and then this is, well, another word. So this is number name, which are two different words. So in Pascal case, we are going to put the N, or like the starting letter of every word, capital. On the other hand, we have Camel naming convention, Camel case. In this, the first letter of the variable is going to be a small letter, not capitalized. So basically, for example, number name, right? So right here, the N, the first N, it is not capitalized. But the N right here, which is the starting for name, this is capitalized. So that's basically how Camel case or Camel naming convention works. And now we're going to be looking at some rules which we have to follow while defining variables, or, well, it's going to throw an error. So variable names are case sensitive. So right here, I'm going to show an example for this. If we just define two variables, so int, age, and obviously for storing age, we don't need a data type as big as int. We only need byte, which goes from -128 to 128. We only need that. So right here, byte age 10, just put a semicolon, and then byte age with a capital A is 10, or let's just do 20 so that there's a difference. And now if we do system.out.println like that, and then we will first print the age with a lowercase first letter, and then if we just go ahead, copy it, and paste it, then we will just go ahead and do the one with a capital first letter. Save that and just run. There we go. And as you can see, the age with the lowercase letter is the one that gets printed first, so that's 10. That's right. And the age with the lower or the uppercase first letter is 20, which is also correct. So that basically means that variable names are case sensitive. Now let's head back to this. The variable name should not begin with a number. So this is actually really easy to demonstrate. So if we just do int age, or let's actually do byte again, because again, we don't need as much range as an int has. We only need as much as a byte has. So we just do 10 again, let's do 11. Okay, but right here, this works. But if we put a 1 in front of the word age, as you can see, error. So you can't actually do that. So we even try to run it, then boom, there we go. And wait, what did we launch it? Yeah, exception, as you can see. Main.java, the length, unresolved compilation problem, syntax error on token 1. Delete this token. So that's basically referring to this. So the 1, we can't have that there. We cannot have that there. So we need to delete it. And now we run it. Then boom, hello world. Because, well, we didn't print it. But yeah. Okay. So we just come back to this. The variable name should not begin with a keyword or should not be a keyword. For example, public, static, or void. So these are some reserved keywords in Java. We cannot use that as variable names. So we just do byte, let's do int, and then we do something like void is equal to 10, error. Run it, just do everything, proceed, error. Again, same error, except for that it's with void. So we can't actually do that, so that's just another rule. Okay, that one was pretty simple. So we can have letters, numbers, characters such as $, and underscore if we follow all the other rules. So basically, even including this one and all of these, if we follow all of these rules, then we can have letters, numbers, characters such as $, and underscore. So that one's pretty simple, right? You cannot have spaces in variable names. So right here, if we come back and we do int, let's just not int, byte, my age with a space equal to 11, it throws in errors. So that's not actually possible. But if we do that, then as you can see, that's good. And we can also have an underscore. And well, $, works too. So this works, right? So that is all of the rules that we need to follow while defining variables. So this was indeed a pretty simple video. So yeah, now with that being said, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching.